Today we're going to go over the phase 2 leg workout. We're going to go through all of these workouts and show you how they're done. Some of these are supersetted, so just keep that in mind as you go through. Jenna is now going to demonstrate the leg extensions with feet wide. She's going to make sure that her seat is forward enough so that her knees are right at the end of the seat. The part that goes on your ankles will automatically roll upwards. You don't have to manually adjust it. And she's going to pick the appropriate weight for her, having her feet wide apart on the mat. And she's just going to come up all the way and extend and come back down for 15 reps. Now Jenna is going to demonstrate the bodyweight walking lunges. She's going to come forward with her first foot, making sure that her knee doesn't go forward above her toe and that her other knee is very lightly touching the ground so that she's getting that full range of motion. And she's just going to alternate legs going forward for the full 15 reps. So now Jen's going to demonstrate the glute thrust off a mat. So you're just going to grab a mat and lay on it, keeping your hands at your sides and your feet about hip width apart. She's then going to come up with her hips. She's going to squeeze her glute muscles when she comes up to the full extension and then back down. If you want added resistance for this workout, you can grab a barbell. And Jen is going to demonstrate that and lay it across your hips. You can also use a pad if the barbell hurts your hip bones. And she's going to do the same exact motion except keeping her hands on the bar to keep it steady and use her glute muscles to push the bar upwards. Make sure that your heels are planted on the ground and you're not on your tippy toes. Okay. Now Jenna's going to demonstrate the barbell squats with feet wide. So she's going to grab a bar and you can add weight to it as you see fit. She's going to have her hands close to her shoulders and resting the barbell on her back track muscles. She's then going to lift off with the bar, come back a little bit, and she's going to ease down into a squat, making sure that her knees aren't going forward over her toes and that her heels are planted in the ground. And she's just going to come back and back up, keeping your back straight and squeezing at the top of the movement. Make sure that you also keep your abdominals tight, pulling your belly button towards your back. Okay. Another important thing to keep in mind while you're doing the squats is to keep your knees farther apart. Make sure that when you're coming down and back up in the squat that your knees don't cave in forward. You want to keep them out, using your heels to push yourself up. Now Jenna's going to demonstrate the seated hamstring. She's going to make sure that she adjusts this top pad so that it's holding her legs down and the bottom pad so that it's an appropriate distance for her and that she can comfortably rest the back of her ankles on it. After making sure that the seat is once again far enough so that her knees are right at the end of the seat, she's going to then hold onto the handles and push down with her feet. So now we're going to demonstrate crunches off the mat. Jenna lifts her legs, her knees are at a 90-degree angle. She crosses her arms across the chest and pulls inward. It's easier to focus pulling your belly button towards the mat and coming upward. So make sure that your back is flat against the seat and you have your leg for the regular setting. Make sure that your feet are about hip width apart. So Jenna's then going to release the handles and push up. So she's going to come back down, making sure that she's putting the force through her heels and making sure that you don't lock your knees out on this movement. Now Jenna's going to demonstrate the stiff leg barbell deadlift. So she's going to have her hands gripping the bar with one palm facing outward and one inward. You can also change up your grip if it's easier or more comfortable for you to have both palms facing the same direction. But this is what Jenna feels most comfortable with. So she's going to grab the bar with her hands just a little bit outside of her legs. She's going to move backwards, keeping her legs straight. She's going to come down with the bar, make sure that her back is straight as well. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings as you come down, and then she's going to use her glutes and her hams to pull her back upward. You don't have to come all the way down with this movement. You can go as far as comfortable for you, and then just use your hamstrings to pull yourself back upwards, keeping your back straight the entire time. Now Jenna's going to demonstrate the hip adduction and abduction. So we're going to start with the adduction, which she's going to set the leg pads facing outwards and use the handle to move the leg pieces outwards and then squeeze together. Okay, and then to change over to the adduction, she's going to flip the leg pads inward. She's going to use the handle to adjust the feet together, adjust the weight appropriately. With her back against the seat, she's going to push outwards, squeezing at the end of the movement. Now Jenna's going to demonstrate a standing calf raise off a plate. So she's going to grab a plate. This is just a 45-pound plate. She's going to step onto it, make sure that her heels are off the back of it, and come upwards. She also has put a bar on the rig just to steady herself, make sure that she keeps her balance. You're going to squeeze your calves at the top of the movement and come back down.